technologist and entrepreneur who recently added author to his resume with the publication of his forthcoming memoir, The Opposite of Woe, My Life in Beer and Politics. Since taking office in 2011, Governor and his team have endeavored to make Colorado the most pro-business state with the highest environmental and ethical standards. Please join me in welcoming Governor John Hickenlooper.
Again, most of you guys know that Brad Schaefer was, when I first got elected, or right after I got elected, the Senate president. So all this stuff that was going on in the state capitol, he was the one kind of massaging and facilitating and smoothing things out so the laws can get passed. Because let me tell you, that is no easy task. And we have two legislators here who really, when you step back and look at all the work they do, they are two of the more talented legislators in terms of working, the trick is to be able to have Republicans work with Democrats, Democrats with Republicans. And I think both these guys, Mark Sheffel and Mr. Foote here, Mike Foote, they are, I'm trying to think, I was going to use I thought there was like a word used for lawyers called like doctor, but there isn't, so I was just kidding. I should have quit while I was ahead. Anyway, they are two very talented legislators who spend a great deal of time working together. I also want to thank the principal for having us in the school. It's great to be with kids. I'm going to guess you guys look like pretty much 8th graders, 7th graders. 6th graders, you're
9th. 9th.
So 6th, 7th, 8th. So my son Teddy, he's got one more day of school left. I don't know about you guys, but he's just finishing 8th grade. But when he was in 6th grade, he came home one day and had a bad day. And I'd had a horrible day. And so I was complaining, and he said, "Dad, what do you do at work all day that's so hard? Make decisions?" He goes, "Dad, get the facts. Make a decision. Check next." I go, "Well, Teddy, it's not really that easy." He goes, "Dad, get the facts. Make a decision. Check next." He goes, "Every day I've got to go into school and learn something completely new that I didn't even know existed the day before. And if I don't get it completely right, my next day is misery because everything's based on the day before." And after about 5 minutes, I said, "You're right. 6th grade is harder than being governor." Anyway, I want to thank you kids for being here and for working so hard. And I know there are a bunch of teachers out there as well. And both that relationship between teachers and kids is one of the most magical relationships on earth. And nothing will ever replace a parent and a child. But boy, the relationships between my son Teddy and his teachers come darn close. It's just amazing the talent of teachers we have in this state, and the talented kids. Get the facts, make a decision, check next. He was right. Anyway, I'm not going to go in the bill. I'm going to let these guys describe the bill in a little more detail. I will say that making sure that when you guys are in school, that we are doing everything and not leaving any stone unturned to make sure you can focus on studying. You shouldn't have to worry about whether there's an electrical cable going to come down and swing in front of you, or some crazy person's going to enter the school. We've got to make sure that we do everything we can, that you're perfectly safe, and you are. I mean, within reason. I mean, no one's, as my son Teddy would point out, "Dad, the facts are accidents happen." All right, Teddy, I understand that, but again, within reasonable expectations, we are safe and should feel blessed in that sense. But it doesn't mean we don't continually look at how can we be safer. And I think this bill is a great way of, when we do have folks out there that are, in a mental state, they're agitated, they're not themselves. How do we make sure that we intercept them before they can hurt themselves or hurt somebody else? And that's part of what this bill does. So first, we always bring in the senators first. This is an old tradition. I'm not sure why that is, but first, we'll let Senator Sheffel speak, and then we'll have Representative Foote speak and tell you a little bit about the bill.
Bill Thank you, Governor. It's great to be here. Thank you, Representative Foote. Thank you, President Schaefer. Never lose your highest title. My name is Mark Shuffle. I hail from Douglas County. It was my privilege to work on this. And I would just say this briefly. I mean, here we are. We got this great podium, fancy table, some cool stuff going to go on here. We got some very fancy people over here. We all look pretty good, don't we? Right? And here's the deal. It's not about us. It's about you. We are all here. You students, are the star of this show. And it's because you've got a bunch of people, all the grown-ups here and all the people behind me here care deeply about you. And you've been the topic of many, many conversations down at our state capitol. It's my privilege to chair the School Safety Commission, and that's when President Schaefer first came to me and said, hey, I've got an idea. Then he got with Representative Foote, and this thing began to move like things do down there, and today we're going to sign a law that the governor's going to sign, and that's a big, big deal. It's all about caring about you and school safety. It's really all about the flow of information for the grown-ups in the group. This system works best. There's no secret. There's no one panacea that makes all this work. What we do know in studying this issue over and over again is that when you've got a group of people who care deeply about kids, which is everybody in this room, right, caring about you, and if we can increase the flow of information, so if something's going on, people know about it sooner, they know about it more accurately, that helps the students. And that's, again, it all comes back to you guys. So why do we care so much about you? Have you ever wondered that? It's because you're the future. We're hanging out here for a while, and then you know something? We pass the baton to you guys. You are the future of this state. You're the future of this nation. You're the future of the republic. So pressure's on, but you know something? You're going to do a great job. I have a spring in my step every day when I come to a school like this and see kids like you, because I know you're diligent, you're working hard, and this country's going to be, we get asked that all the time. Hey, we're going to be okay? When we see guys like you, we say, yep, we're going to be just fine. See, the future of the republic's going to be just fine in your hands. So it is an honor and privilege to serve on your behalf and to serve with these guys. You keep